Hi guys, welcome back to Jersey Fam. We are officially back to our recipe videos. I know it's been a while, but it's good to be back. Today we are going to make the sticky toffee pudding? Yes. Sticky toffee pudding from Rose and Crown. Recently my husband ate there for the first time and he really loved this dessert, so we're gonna try to recreate it.
It was good.
Okay, so what you're gonna start out with is, there's 8 egg yolks, only the egg yolks, okay, separated from the white. Save the whites for breakfast the next day. And we are going, oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't measure the sugar. Okay, and you need a half a cup of sugar, which I should have measured beforehand, but I didn't. Now, in the recipe itself, it calls for in the recipe itself, it calls for caster sugar. If you can find that, it's like a super ultra fine sugar, or it's usually called baker's sugar if you're a baker. We don't have that, and that's perfectly okay. You can use regular sugar in this recipe. You just gotta make sure that it's like whisked enough. Did you hear that? That's a child getting out of bed. So we're gonna put it in our bowl with the egg yolks. And we're gonna make sure that it's nice and whisked really well, especially because we don't have the caster sugar. This is just for the custard sauce. That's the first step we're gonna do. I just wanted to mention that. Okay, now this is pretty well blended. You can see it's changed its consistency. It's really light colored. There's not that much grittiness. You're not gonna see all the sugar disappear, and that's okay. So we're gonna leave that there. Next, we're going to put the heavy cream and whole milk in a pot or a saucepan with some vanilla. So let me bring it over here. Okay. We have 8 ounces of whole milk and 8 ounces of heavy cream right here. And we're gonna pour it in. And we are going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla, but I'm not gonna measure because I don't need to. On the recipe that I'm gonna post, you can use a vanilla bean if you want. Vanilla beans are really expensive, point blank period, and I don't wanna spend $20 on 1 vanilla bean, but if you have the means to do that, then you should, but if you don't, you can use regular vanilla, it's okay. It just won't have like a super, I don't know, how would you explain like the taste that a vanilla bean has? It's a different taste. I mean, it's worth it if you invest in it, but I only do that for special occasions, and this is not one of them. So, got this, and now we're gonna put it on the stove and let it boil, okay? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna place the egg yolks and the sugar on top of a double boiler. So you just can get any pot, fill it with a little bit of water, make sure that the water's not gonna touch the bowl. Now this bowl is gonna get hot, but this is the trick to making custard. You're gonna stream the milk in. We're gonna keep whisking until it turns into custard. So you see how this has thickened up? What you're looking for is for it to coat the back of the spoon. So when you take the spoon and you go like this, it doesn't run back together. That's exactly what you're looking for. Okay, we're gonna pull this off the stove now. Okay, so this is our custard sauce. You can serve it hot if you want. It's gonna probably be a little bit more runny if you serve it hot. I'm not really sure. I've never had the dessert before. We're gonna let ours cool. You can either stir it every few minutes until it's cool, or you can cover it with parchment paper so that way a skin doesn't form on top. It's kind of like pudding, so you don't want to leave it, otherwise it'll get like gelatinous and hard. Girl. And you just put the parchment paper right there on top and you seal it up so that way no air hits it while it's cooling. It'll probably take longer to cool like that, but you don't have to watch it and constantly stir it. So the next step is going to be our dates. I really recommended buying pitted dates. That way it's already done for you, all the work. But if you just have regular, you just have to make sure you take the pits out, obviously. So this is what they look like. Pitted, fresh, medjool dates. We're going to use the whole package because it says 12 ounces. So we're going to chop up all of them. It says blanched, but I think we're going to do that step in the recipe. Chop dates and add to hot water. Yes. Okay. How much hot water? 8 ounces hot water. So honestly, this hot water. Okay. So we're going to take the dates and we're just going to chop them up. It's not really specific on how fine you should do it, but I'm thinking it should be like pretty fine because it's going into a cake. So I would just chop them up as small as you can get them. And remember, 12 ounces. So if you're lucky enough to find a package that's literally 12 ounces, there you go. I just got mine at Stop and Shop, I think it was. Yeah, right? Stop and Shop. But I know they sell them at Costco, but the package is much bigger. So I like to buy these and stuff them with goat cheese and wrap them with bacon. It's really good. Even people who don't like goat cheese like bacon wrapped dates with goat cheese. Right, Jose?
Yep.
Now, I'm pretty sure this is gonna, I don't know what I was gonna say, I forgot. Mid-show.
1 hour later.
Can't miss one. Water! Here's the water, and we're gonna put the dates inside and blanch them. Blanching usually just means soaking in hot water. I don't know if you ever blanched asparagus or broccoli. You kind of put it in there until it turns bright green, take it out, put it in an ice bath, you're good to go. We're talking about asparagus in a cake video. It's all good. I'm just gonna mix them around in there. There they are, blanching away. You watched the music video for that? It's
No.
fucking crazy.
I don't watch music videos.
They're boring. That's why you don't watch. Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you hear that? What was that?
I don't know.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright, so 1 stick of butter. We're gonna make the cake part of the sticky toffee pudding right now. So that's why we have these dates getting nice and mushy. We need to cream the butter and the sugar. Now in the recipe it's gonna say 12 ounces of sugar, which is equal to 1 2/3 cup sugar. So
Careful.
it's my hair. God, it's my hair.
Didn't you have it up?
I did, but this is YouTube. Don't always want to look a mess.
No, you literally put it up right before you did the video, I thought.
No.
Oh.
Must be your other girl.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 cup and 2/3 cup. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? That's an awful lot of sugar. Was it really sweet?
Yeah.
It was really sweet. Yeah. All right. Sugar, 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 sugar. So to the 8 ounces of water and the dates, I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla and I'm gonna add the baking powder in here. So we're gonna do 1, 2. And for baking powder, nope, baking soda we're adding, not powder, baking soda. We're adding, how much baking soda? 2 teaspoons. Okay, 2 teaspoons of baking soda. 1, 2. There's that, and we're gonna mix it around with a spoon. A spoon. I see where the cake gets its color from. That deep color. Okay. So now that we've creamed the butter and all of that, we're gonna add eggs one at a time, and each time we're going to make sure it incorporates completely before we add the next egg. So here's 1. Now, if you're nervous about shells, which I'm not, you can do this in a bowl and then transfer them. There's 1, 2. And this doesn't say in the instructions, but I like to scrape everything down and make sure that it's all incorporated, because the eggs and the sugar and the butter sometimes like get on the edge, and you want everything really mixed in. So scrape the bowl and then just whiz it around one more time. Make sure you get everything in there. You're being difficult. Go. Sort of look like a cake batter when you're done mixing it all together. Next up, on low speed, Okay, so it's a low speed. We're gonna add half of the flour in, okay? Then once we finish adding half the flour, I'm gonna pour all this whole mixture and the baking powder in. Now I don't know why it's telling me to add half the flour and the baking powder. Something's wrong with this recipe. Because I really feel like I should just add the baking powder in here and then add half. Like that would make more sense.
What does it matter whether you put it in there or add it later?
Because it's gonna, like, when you put it in wet ingredients, it gets clumpy and it's gonna like either sink to the bottom. It's just not gonna be incorporated well. If I put it in here, I can mix it well and then it'll be more incorporated into the recipe than if I just plop it in wet ingredients. It's not gonna,
okay, so
it doesn't, okay. Revise to the recipe. I'm gonna put the baking powder in here because that's what I would normally do. And my baker mind is screaming, just do what you normally do. So that's what I'm gonna do. So we're going to put 2 teaspoons baking powder in with the flour. Sometimes these recipes don't translate well, and this might be what they do, but it just didn't, I don't know, translate well. So 2 teaspoons, and then you're gonna give it a mix. You can do it with a fork or whisk. Just make sure you mix it up good. I didn't want to put it in the wet ingredients, so I added it to the dry. Alright, so now we're gonna do low speed, add half the flour, and then we're gonna add this in. Now, since we don't want to over mix our batter, we're going to pull it off of the mixer. Make sure we get all this stuff out of here. Come on, come on, come on.
What about the rest of the flour?
Yeah. Look. Can you let me get to the recipe? Can you let me get to the recipe? Okay, so now we're gonna fold the rest of our flour in. This is just to prevent you from over mixing it, and then you'll have like a tough cake and it won't be good, so. Let's put the rest of the flour in. Okay. And when you fold, this is a fold lesson on folding, but this is, okay. You scoop around and come over, and scoop around and come over. Scoop around, come over. And you just keep doing that until it's all incorporated in. Just get one big swipe. And you see how I don't see any more raw. Hold on. You just do this until you don't see any more like powder flour. Okay, there we go. Perfect. It's on? Okay, here we have a mini tiny little baby bundt pans. These are actually smaller than I would have liked, but this is what I had, so this is what we're using. Was it this size?
It's actually about the size.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome. I thought it was bigger. But you can use bigger if you want. But these are like, I don't know, my hand is, I have small hands, but do I have small hands? I don't know. Kind of? Yes or no? I don't have like baby hands, but like it's like the size of my palm. So what you want to do is we're going to grease these with butter, and then we are going, should I put butter? Was it that small? See, that's more of like a Bordeaux pan.
This is what it looks like. Let it focus. That's what it looks like. So.
Well, we're using bundt pans. That's more of like, I think it's called a Bordeaux. It's like a French pastry. That must be the pan that they use.
It looks like a bundt cake, so.
It kind of looks like a bundt cake, so we're gonna use bundt cake because that's what we have. I'm just not sure if I want to grease these with butter or if I want to do them with Crisco. What would you do? What would you do? I'm gonna grease them with butter. And if I regret it, I regret it. Because these are kind of, these molds are very sticky. So I'm kind of going to be generous. This pan in general is like really hard to clean. So kind of, you'll see when they come out, the pan's probably going to be a mess. So. Which child was awake when you went upstairs?
None.
So, who was that? Okay. Might have been Jose just coming down to get something and going back up.
Probably.
So as I said, I'm going to be generous with my greasing of my pan just because I know this pan and it's very sticky. Every single time I've cooked something in this pan, it has stuck. So. It's probably
yes,
yes, every single time. That's why I don't like using it, but for the sake of this recipe, I'm gonna try again. And I always end up being angry. Like, why did you use this pan? Because you know this pan stinks. But it's okay. Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna use lots of butter and hope that everything's good. All right. Now we're just gonna spoon the cake into our molds. We're gonna have lots of little toffee cakes.
Sounds good to me. Give me a few, I'll bring them to work.
All right, I'm sure they'll be happy. I could just eat that like that. That's redonkulous. Like the pigeons from Bolt. He's like, yo, that's redonkulous. Come look at this dog. He got his head stuck in the fence. Oh. Okay, we're gonna put these in the oven for 15 minutes at 325. I'm gonna check them at 10 just to make sure that they're not over baking, but as long as you can stick a toothpick in and it comes out clean, it's done.
There's not.
All right, so out of the oven. They have a lot of batter in them, so they're gonna be a little bit bulbous, but that's okay. I'm gonna like pray to God that I'm gonna flip this over and they're all gonna pop out, but I don't know if that's gonna happen, so. I want I know what I want. Put a kitchen towel out. I'm gonna flip them over right onto there. And then we're gonna make the butter rum sauce. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, cross your fingers.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, thank
Hold
God.
on, hold on.
Come on, come on.
Hold on. One more, I think. Oh no, 4 more.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Ooh,
All right, only
that
one
one's
we got
stuck.
messed up.
All right. All right, just gonna set my little cakes here and let them cool. And we're gonna go to the stove and make the butter rum sauce. I have 4 ounces of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of butter, and half a cup of dark brown sugar. You're basically just gonna throw it all in the pot together. I also added 2 tablespoons of rum. In the recipe it said to add it after, but I prefer cooked rum rather than raw rum in a butter rum sauce, so that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna mix them all together. I'm gonna flip these up because
Remember, before we try it, we need to take a picture.
I know. All right,
Why do you flip them up?
because they're sticking.
Oh.
All right, so we're ready to assemble. You're gonna pour some custard sauce.
Yeah.
I could not do that. And then you put your little cake on top. And then you pour your butter rum sauce over it. And you want to do the buttered rum sauce like last thing because you want it to still be hot. Oh man, okay.
That looks amazing.
It looks very good. It's time to try.
Take your time.
I will. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Just check this out, man. Oh,
You're gonna drip it on the
I don't
counter.
care. That's good. I taste the rum a little bit more in this.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think I poured more than 2 tablespoons.
Yeah, that's possible. I do taste the rum a little stronger, but it's very good. And I don't mind the rum, so. Just come on my spoon, please. Oh my god. That's so good.
Is this what it tasted like?
Mm-hmm.
Except just stronger rum.
Yeah, this is definitely stronger rum. I
that's okay.
should make the suggestion to them. Add more rum. So.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
That is good, but the kids can't have that. They can have that.
Yeah. Definitely can't have the rum.
I'm definitely having the last piece, sorry.
I'd say an outro.
Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Give us a like to let us know you're here. Subscribe if you like what you see. We're gonna have more recipes coming, I promise. We're trying to get back on the recipe train. I've just been traveling a lot for work.
Don't mind me. Keep going.
So stay tuned. We have a lot coming your way. I'm getting distracted by the cake.
I'll be nice then.
Oh, okay. And as always, thank you for watching our channel.
We love you guys.
We love you. Have a good night. Bye.